room of the Bainbridge Laboratories, selected representatives of the press and scientific world are gathered to witness one of the strangest experiments yet attempted by men. There is an atmosphere of tenseness as 5 of the world's foremost inventors make last-minute adjustments on a weird mechanism of wires, tubes, and scientific instruments known as the Metalogen Man.
Dynamometer, Miss Arnold, please. Metalogen disc, Doctor. Thank you.
Well, that's it, gentlemen.
Professor Arnold.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 long years of painstaking toil, months of research, and many failures, my colleagues and I have created a mechanical creature sensitive to the impulses of electronic energy. This robot represents harnessed power undreamed of by mortal man. The world is on the threshold of a new era in scientific advancement. Metalogen men will free the human race from the shackles of manual labor and industrial enslavement.
That granite block must weigh a ton.
Would a couple of you gentlemen be good enough to examine that bank vault door to be certain it is locked? Well, it's locked all right. Thank you, gentlemen. We will now see if the Metalogen Man can open that door.
Scientific circles have been set agog by this astounding Metalogen Man. Captains of industry have already expressed keen interest in its potentialities. Manufactured in quantities, these robots will be able to ease the burden of human toil. To the 5 scientists who invented this mechanical giant belongs full credit. No doubt a grateful public will bestow upon them the laurels to which they are so justly entitled.
Professor Ames, Professor Marsden, you and your co-workers are usurping the glory and the credit for an invention that is rightfully mine. For that reason, I am forced to destroy you.
That man is mad. We must go to the police without delay.
You're right.
Professor Shaw, listen closely. Your colleagues, Professor Marsden and Ames, died because they knew the secret of the Metalogen Man. You are to be the third to meet their fate. You have 1 minute.
Hello! 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 Who's there?
Following closely on the mysterious deaths of Professors Ames and Marston, tragedy has once again struck at a member of the Bainbridge Laboratories. The body of Jonathan Shaw, co-inventor of the recently perfected Metalogen Man, was found at his home late last night, apparently strangled to death. Police are baffled about the identity of the murderer.
Ghastly. Fantastic.
I wish you two had never become involved in this invention.
That's right, Miss Bell. We're all in danger, I think. I never did like that rabbit no harm. Not from his first consumption.
You'd think the police would be able to unearth some clue.
Oh, I'm sure they're doing all they can.
Nevertheless, I think we ought to take every precaution to safeguard our invention.
I took the liberty to already arrange for that.
Dad didn't think you'd mind, Professor Ernst.
Mine? Certainly not. I'm delighted. Just what have you arranged, Arnold?
Since we've already concluded a deal with the Brady Company to manufacture these robots, I've asked them to remove our model to their plant without delay. They're sending their engineer, Ken Morgan, to supervise the packing and shipping.
His train arrives today at noon. Dad and I will meet him at the Union Station.
Excellent. Excellent. I'll feel a good deal safer when this Morgan gets here.
That must be him.
Mr. Morgan?
That's right.
Professor Arnold sent us out here to pick you up. He said he sent you a telegram to get off here instead of going on through to the Union Depot.
Yes, I have the telegram right here. I was a little puzzled at the change in plans.
Well, the professor's a very busy man. Sometimes he doesn't know from 1 minute to the next what he's going to be doing. You know how these scientists are.
Yes, I've met quite a few of them.
I'll take your bag. I hope you don't mind riding in this truck. It's all we could find. We had to leave the lab in such a hurry.
It's all right with me.
Fine. I think the rear door came open.
I can't understand why Ken Morgan didn't come in on that train.
Dad, could he have stopped off at the Oakdale station by mistake?
I don't believe so. But maybe we'd better go there to make certain. Flash, drive us to the Oakdale station, please, and don't spare the horses.
I'll be glad to, Professor Arnold.
Nordic calling.
Go ahead, Nordic.
We got Morgan, just like you ordered.
That's fine. Now relieve him of his credentials. And you, Nordic, assume his identity. Then pick up the robot at the Bainbridge laboratory and bring it here.
What do we do with Morgan?
Get rid of him. I don't want any trace of him left.
He's as good as done for right now. The end of Mr. Morgan. This is what we want.
Thanks for stopping. I've had an accident, and I'm in an awful hurry to get to town.
Well, we'll be glad to give you a lift. Where can we drop you?
At the Bainbridge laboratory, if you happen to be going by there.
Well, that's a coincidence. I'm connected with that organization. I'm Professor Arnold.
Well, you're just the man I'm looking for. I'm Ken Morgan of the Brady Corporation.
Ken Morgan? Well, what are you doing way out here? Dad and I just left the Union Station where we were supposed to meet you.
I'll explain that on the way, Miss Arnold. We mustn't lose any time getting to your laboratory.
Well, hurry, Morgan.
I have reason to believe that your invention is in imminent danger of being stolen.
Flash, we haven't a moment to lose. Did anyone call you to pick up on Metalogen Man?
Yes, sir, Mr. Kenneth Morgan.
Well, that man tricked you. This is Mr. Morgan right here.
Why, he showed me his credentials. He and another fella came here in one of our trucks.
You better call up the police and report this after me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they got the control unit, too.
What's this?
Where did you find that?
Right over there near the door. What is it?
It's the Metalogen disc, the most vital part of the robot. Without it, the automaton can't operate.
It must have come off while those men were carrying it out.
Once they discover it's missing, they'll undoubtedly attempt to regain it.
I'll place it under lock and key where they'll never find it.
I know just the place. The Thor vault.
That's an excellent idea.
Here, Babs, you put it away. Well, I call Professor Ernst and tell him what's happened.
Wait a minute. For all we know, that line may be tapped.
Think of that. I'd better go see him first. And that's how it stands, Ernst. The thieves have vanished without leaving a single clue.
At least we have one thing to be thankful for. You have the Metalogen disc. Without that, the thieves can't operate the robot.
Well, that's little consideration for all the work we've done. If only Morgan had reached here a day sooner, our invention would now be in safekeeping.
What makes you so sure this man you picked up today is the real Morgan?
Why, he explained that
He explained, yes. But you admit he had no credentials. And though he claimed he had an accident, he seemed to be unhurt.
Yeah, that's true. Well, there may be something in what you say.
Of course there is. For all you know, this Morgan may be in league with the thieves who got away with the Metalogen Man.
Well, what do you suggest?
To be perfectly safe, say nothing to anybody, trust no one. Furthermore, suppose you remove the disc from the vault and let me take care of it. Don't forget, this alleged Morgan knows where it is at present.
I have no objections if that will relieve your mind.
I assure you it will.
Very well, I'll bring it here this evening.
Fine.
According to these blueprints, the Metalogen Man works on a combination sound-light wave principle.
Exactly.
What does this specify?
The remote control unit which operates the robot. Every movement and gesture made by the automaton is caused by the operation of one or more of these dials.
Seems a bit complicated.
Oh, it isn't really. Notice how simply the dials are located on the board.
I'll take care of this for you.
Oh, no, you don't. Now, you better let go of it if you don't want to get hurt. Now, give me the keys to the car. I will not.
We'll take good care of it for you.
Oh, I know. You're not going to... Oh! What's wrong, Arnold?
They've stolen the disc in my car.
There's no use trying to chase them. We better call the police. On second thought, I don't think it would be wise to call the police just yet.
But those men have stolen the most vital and irreplaceable part of our machine. Don't you realize what that means?
Well, certainly I do. And I'm just as upset as you are. But let's not do anything rash.
I don't understand your attitude.
The police didn't accomplish anything when you reported the theft of the Metalogen Man to them, did they?
No, not yet.
I doubt if they ever will. Unless we can figure out something more tangible to report to them. Otherwise, we'll merely be sending them on another wild goose chase.
Well, I admit I don't know what to do or think.
We've got to think this thing out. There must be some angle we've overlooked.
Thank you.
I wonder where Dad could have gone at this time of night, especially without telling me.
Maybe he got tired and went home.
That's possible.
Why don't you call and find out?
All right. Hello, Katie. Has my father arrived home? He hasn't. I see. Thanks.
Could he have gone over to Professor Ernst again?
I never thought of that. I'll phone him.
No, let's drive over instead. I've heard so much about this Ernst, I'd like to meet him.
All right.
Are you sure Morgan didn't see you leave the laboratory?
I'm positive no one saw me.
Yet someone knew you were coming and exactly what you were bringing.
Pretty obvious someone knew about it.
Excuse me just a moment. You stay right here. See if you can remember someone to whom you may have talked. I'll be right back. Nice work, boys. We haven't failed you yet. Excellent. With this, I can put the rest of my plan into operation. Put that receiver down on me.
Well, you double-crossed me, Ernst. You're the thief.
Yes. But the knowledge won't do you any good now. Take him downstairs. You go ahead. I'll get rid of whoever that is. Why, good evening, Miss Arnold. That's a surprise.
Good evening, Professor Ernst. Oh, this is Mr. Morgan, Professor Ernst.
How do you do? How do you do?
I came to see if my father's with you.
Well, no, he left a long time ago. But, won't you come in?
Thank you.
I haven't seen your father since this afternoon.
I had hoped to find him here.
You say Professor Arnold left here quite a while ago?
Yes, indeed.
Then his hat must have flown back in through the window.
Stop!
Keep him covered. I'll take a look around the place.
Mind if I smoke?
No, go right ahead.
Will the scheming Ernst get control of the Metalogen Man? Is Professor Arnold doomed because of his scientific knowledge? And what will happen to Miss Arnold? Don't fail to see The Edge of Doom, the second exciting episode of The Monster and the Ape, at this theater next week.